Well, after months of scrutiny, James Murdoch has quit as chairman of the scandal-ridden British arm of his father's media empire. News International, already embroiled in a phone hacking scandal that's seen the arrests of several former top editors, is now accused of making secret payments to civil servants. While the resignation removes James Murdoch from managing newspapers, he still runs News Corp's television interests. Europe correspondent Philip Williams reports from London.
This was Rupert Murdoch just 5 days ago, the proud father of a Sunday edition of his beloved Sun newspaper. His other beloved son, James, was on the move too, to New York, and a new job running News Corp's global television interests. What he leaves behind at News International is a mess that could get a whole lot worse. The News of the World closed, hacking payouts running into millions, and fresh allegations of illegal payments to public officials by the Sun newspaper.
There's also appears to have been a culture at the Sun of illegal payments, and systems have been created to facilitate those payments whilst hiding the identity of the officials receiving the money. These are cases in which arrests have been made involving the delivery of regular, frequent and sometimes significant sums of money to small numbers of public officials by journalists.
Those new accusations of institutional criminality add to a heavy load of investigations, inquiries and arrests. Rupert Murdoch praised his son's time at News International. Others, like the hacked British MP Chris Bryant, welcome his departure.
I think the Murdochs are just about the most cynical people in capitalism around the world. I think they always intended to close the News of the World and make a much cheaper version of a Sunday newspaper, which would be the Sun on Sunday. They used the Millie Dowler furore as a means of achieving that, saving themselves some money and sacking some journalists. James Murdoch would like us to think that he's not running away from the fire, but I think in the end the fire is going to catch him up.
That catch-up could come through authorities in the US, who may take a close look at the new allegations of corrupt behaviour at the Sun.
I think the executives in New York will not allow themselves to be tainted by what went on in the United Kingdom, and they're going to cooperate as best they can with the police, and that even means, if it means James Murdoch having to leave the company, then so be it.
It does demonstrate how ruthless Rupert Murdoch is, that here was his son and here was his corporate interests, and he had no hesitation in sacrificing his son for his corporate interests.
All along, James Murdoch has maintained he knew nothing. And of course he would have acted earlier if only he'd known.
But if I knew then what we know now, we would have taken more action around that and moved faster to get to the bottom of these allegations.
With a myriad of police investigations and public inquiries, who knew what when may become a lot clearer in the coming months. And the greatest pressure may yet come not from Britain, but James Murdoch's new home, the United States. Philip Williams, Late Line.